Right on time. Good morning. Happy Monday, May 19th. I was talking to some friends yesterday and said, this is the fastest month I've ever seen go by. May 19th. We're almost done. And then we got June that we're halfway through the year already. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So today, oh, I never sent the email. Hold on. Give me a second. Time to start. Coach, bite your tongue. I'm going to send the email real quick. I forgot to do it. It was rocking out. We always get more people sign on when I send a reminder. Not that it hasn't happened like every day for years. Boom, boom, delete, enlarge. Some of us have a hard time seeing. And let's highlight it to make it pretty. Send. Message sent. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So we're going to do something a little different today. Because over the last couple of weeks, we have given you lots of ideas of things for you to do to add to your business production, right? And none of it was really hard. And then I look at the production reports, and out of 500 agents, about 180 produced revenue and produced a lot of revenue at a very good month at $2.5 million, which is a very good month. But there's still 250 people who didn't contribute anything. Not any revenue anyway. They might have brought in some listings, which cost money, but no sales and no closed business. And that's too many people. I don't know how some people do it. If I don't have money every month, I can't pay my bills. So I need consistent money. And so many of us have our businesses going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. It gets really hard and stressful. So you're creating stress on yourselves. So we gave you suggestions to increase your business. And some were out of the box, some were very simple, almost none cost any money. They just took time. And some of them took very little time, like 5 or 10 minutes. Right. So today, what I'd like to do, um, you've heard me talk a lot about mindset. Mindset's good, man. Everything I'm reading right now is holy cow. The stock market is, I just read a whole big thing from Robinhood called Snacks. And they were saying that the tariffs were supposed to crash the economy. They didn't. They were saying AI was supposed to crash the stock market. It didn't. We're just bouncing right along and things are doing perfect. It's crazy. Real estate, supposed to be a bad year. Everybody, prices are up, business is up. It's not going to be as miserable as we thought it was going to be. So the mindset, if you're listening to the right stuff, should be in good place. Skills, if you can't gather skills here, I don't know where you can gather skills at. It's all there for the taking, mostly in the next level you and through our daily training huddles. You're building skills to grow your business. And then we talk about actions. And over the last couple of weeks, we've given you lots of actions to talk about, right? Whether it's calling Sphere or texting Sphere or emailing Sphere, or what do you say to them? How do you say it? That type of stuff. All been discussed a lot in the last couple of weeks. And then last word is called accountability. And that's where I think we're falling down a little bit. So I'm going to ask you guys today. I wrote my notes last night and I said, I'm out of words this morning. I can't just re-say the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So I want you guys to give me some affirmity, some affirmation. Show me by tap. You can either unmic, unmute, or you can chat in. Take one example of something you did different last week as a result of some of the things we talked about. Did you send some Zillow reviews? Did you send some CMA requests? Did you send some any of the things we talked about? Come on, this is interaction time. Play with me. I'm going to open my chat. Yep. NVIDIA stocks are going up again. You're targeting expired listings every day. Great job, Michael. And they're coming up every day, aren't they? Kathleen, you've been calling, texting, and videoing every day, and you sold both your. I saw that on the hot sheet. Congratulations. From a month ago when you were whining kind of about not getting things done, all of a sudden you got 2 listings sold now. That's fantastic. Jennifer, I texted the heck out of my contacts on my phone. Perfect. Kelly's door knocking with Jeannie for the third time. That's great. I like it. You guys are always, this is making me good. Engaged in social media and many comments on posts. Excellent. Offering CMAs, calling and texting everybody until I was flagged by Verizon. Oh, that's a good sign, Joe. When Verizon tells you you're texting too much, you're doing a good job. Riva, I've been texting at least 5 folks a day. I love it. Consistency, right? And that doesn't take a whole lot of time. And is 5 a day enough? Maybe. If you get one, it worked really well. If you get none, you get something tomorrow. If you need more than that, do more than that. Oh, Angela's sending video text to follow up with old leads. I love that. Your old leads are a mecca right now. And we've learned so many things that people are just getting used to the interest rates and they're not really complaining about them. Sent out more Moxie Work seller presentations and more neighborhood flyers in my neighborhood. Perfect, Kathleen. And the other Kathleen's doing a festival on Sunday in Clearwater with a booth. Perfect. It's just meeting people, right? And having things for them to sign and look at. Sold a listing, took a listing. Excellent, Nancy. Texting, calling old clients, post and door knocks. Very good, Vicki. Also sent out a new listing to my database via text and got one to show up at an open house. Oh, good. Inviting people to open houses. It was on the list. And got one FaceTime tour. Ooh, that's cool. Jennifer Bell sending cards to past cards. Oh, I like that. Sending cards to past clients to follow up with old leads. Natasha's posting video on her YouTube channel. Very good. Oh, this makes me so happy. Closing today because of good follow up with past clients with Moxie. Excellent, Kathleen Long. Doing something, even if it's not perfect, make a personal connection. I reached out to 2 people from my SOI. Now I have 2 listings in the works. John, you type like I do. It's so funny. Joe Bogdan, what was some subjects people used on video text? Good. So that was a part 2. Let's keep going. There's 2 of my 30+ targeted listings sold. Okay, that's right. The listing is I didn't sell this time. The issue is I didn't sell them. Oh, that's okay. I mean, you're one agent out of 12,000 your board. So chances are they've got more buyers than you do. One did tell me they sold their home. Oh, good. So you're staying in touch. Okay. So now we can stop this part of it. But I'm very happy to hear this. You guys are doing things. Ryan Vaught, social media movement. Yeah, you got called out on TikTok the other day. That was funny. Open houses every weekend. Oh, I like it too. Constantly talking to neighbors and gym members. Expired listings once a week. Follow up on Zillow. Perfect. I've got 3 pending listings within the next 3 weeks. Wow. That's big business. That's like a Tops Report type of stuff. Angela said, I sent a video saying I haven't connected in person lately, so want to become more personal with the video versus the text. I love it. Right? Top of mind, guys. That's all we're talking about here. Okay. So if those are one hit wonders, you did it once, don't expect a whole lot of action. But if you can get to that, did anybody feel pain doing that? Did it hurt? Did it cost a lot of money? No. No. Thank you, Riva. It didn't. It didn't hurt, didn't cost any money. But look how many different people engaged and said they did something. And that's kind of what I wanted to see if that was really true. And it sounds like it is. Now, if we can get to doing that activity consistently, rather, you're going to see results and they're going to start popping up. And remember, a result is almost $10,000 in your pocket in most cases, sometimes substantially more. It was funny. I did a boat tour yesterday at a customer from Cape Coral, and they built a custom home in Cape Coral, and they realized that Cape Coral doesn't have a whole lot of activities, and they want to get closer to Tampa because he flies to Chicago once a week, and they got to drive there. So I met him on site. They pulled up in their big fancy black Escalade Cadillac, right? Um, Extra long. Him and his wife and their 8-year-old daughter, and we're talking. I'm showing the property, and I'm asking about Cape Coral, and their house is about 3,500 square feet. And they said basically, because I'm trying to push my property to $600 a foot as a starting point, and the resales in Apollo Beach are around the $400 square foot range. So I'm preparing myself for a battle on justifying price until they told me that you can't buy a waterfront home in Cape Coral for under $1,000 a foot, not a custom one, for under $1,000 a foot. So when they heard $600 a foot, they're like, "What? Too good to be true." And then he told me about the 35-foot statement boat he has, and with 400 horsepower engines on it and all the other stuff. So they're perfect people for the area, but they wouldn't commit to a lot yesterday. So now they're going to meet with the builders, and then I get them on a lot pretty soon. But interesting to see how different markets have different things. Oh, good, Jennifer. Yeah, I'll definitely refer you for the listing in Cape Coral. I do know a good agent down there, and just the fact that you asked me about that means I'll do it because I might not have been thinking about you at that time, but now I am. So that's how it works. Good. Okay, so a lot of you did a lot of things. Now, if you don't mind, if you type something in, type in again and say if you got any results or any positive leads. Positive leads are as good as results. Like yesterday's guy was a positive lead. He wasn't a result. He didn't sign a contract, but he is a positive lead. I'm pretty sure I'll get him. So these activities that you did in the last week or two, did you get any positive leads or any activities that were signed? Here we go. Kathleen says, yes, I have 3 clients looking at our projects. That's awesome. I'm getting buyer leads for my existing listings with Zillow showcases. Awesome. I got 1 listing and 2 CMAs and a buyer. That's a damn good week, Colleen. Not yet, but just mailed cards on Thursday. Yeah, they got to be delivered before we can get results. 2 requests about buying a house. Buyers made presentations today. One was considering a lot and was considering a lot in Hampton Bay, but decided no after 3 days. You know what I'm finding when they're saying no to Hampton Bay, my property? We're selling the house in Mirror Bay because it's ready to go, and there's plenty of inventory to choose from. Got 1 lead from my sphere of influence this week. Good job, Roberto. Got a builder that called with their past client that wants to list, and she thought of me from keeping it in real estate, keeping it real in real estate. Social media videos. Awesome, right? Consistency. If you did that video once, it would not have made the impact. Ryan got a future seller from TikTok, working with 2 buyers from open houses. 3rd listing came in right before this meeting. Wow. While you're at the gym. That's perfect. Diane Krikorian, yes, I got a new listing and I got leads from my open houses. Nice. I didn't see a lot of open houses on the list. I'm surprised. I know we got a lot of opportunities for open houses. 2 new listings calling from past clients. Good job, Jackie. My phone is ringing. Yay. Answer it. Preparing for workers opens and open house. I'll be able to let you know next Monday. Perfect, Darlene. Did 2 open houses this weekend. That's hard work. Not hard work, but it's work. You could have sat home and played golf or watched Netflix or something. Good. Okay. You guys are taking the effort, right? Now, what if somebody asks you these questions every week on a one-on-one basis? Do you think you might do more? This is the accountability section of mindset, skills, actions, and accountability. The accountability part is like, who did 8 couples threw out an open house? That's awesome. Just a couple people chat in. If somebody like me or Chris or Jimmy or Joe or Kathleen or Rachel checked in with you every week and said, hey, what activities did you do this week? And you told the truth. Do you feel you'd be more inclined to do more? Yes, no doubt about it. Right? It's just too many people not doing enough. Right? So we're going to talk about those things as we go forward. Uh, cool. Well, you guys made me very proud. Thank you very much. It's nice to know that we can give you ideas and you actually implement them. So I'm going to spend the next couple minutes just reviewing a couple more of these ideas for those of you who didn't chat in and not quite sure what we're talking about. So it's going to be a second. We'll share my screen and we'll just hit it. I'm not going to read that whole list again. It's too long. Share. And here we go. These are kind of the minimums. 10 conversations, phone calls, or face-to-face a day. Daily tasks for 30 days to make $30,000. No, we take that for granted because I mean, I think I told you last week our top agent made $55,000, right? And that was top agent for that particular month. And that was in March. I don't think April's out yet. 10 text or pipeline text to leads. If you don't have a pipeline lead list, you will in time. If you're putting them in Moxie, you're not putting in Moxie, you can't do that. Send one CMA a day to a past client or a potential client. That's not a lot to ask. Because remember last week I asked you to pick 5 things. 2 new contacts added to Moxie a day. Where'd you get those from? Talking to people. Mail a personalized card. Some people did that. Past client, thank you card, or to a lead or an appointment. I'll tell you, that goes a long way. I told you I got a nice one the other day. It just made me feel good. And I remember the person. Comment on 10 social posts, reply to 10 stories on Facebook or Instagram. All this is free and really, really short timetables. So no reason not to do it consistently. Get it done in the morning while you're having your coffee or something and be done. Post a video every other day or send 2 video texts to your sphere. Hey, video text. I know you guys don't like it. It feels awkward to do it, but you talk to people all the time face to face and it doesn't look much different on video unless you hold your camera funny, right? And then you got open houses. A lot of you are doing that and getting results. We saw 8 people through an open house just a little while ago. Mail a farming letter or just list the just sold campaign. Host a workshop. Workshops are cool. We were talking about that the other day. They're virtual workshops. You can go live on Facebook or live on Instagram or something like that. And you advertise it that you're going live and you're talking. I have a mortgage broker there with you, and just do a little networking event. Social network. Real people though. Attend a networking event. I know Nick Stripoli in Tampa's been doing a lot of that, and he's getting real busy. He's getting very well known. Door knock a listing 5, 5, and 10. Those are all bonus activities to do. You do them every day. Just bonus activities if you got more time during the week or you get slightly more motivated. And what gets you more motivated? When you do activities and you get results, there's a certain adrenaline flow that kind of kicks in through your blood. It says, oh man. And you know what? When you're on a roll, keep rolling because it's perfect. Because some days are hot and some days are not. On the days you're not, do your minimums and get out of there. One a day. But when you hit your minimums and you've got some results, just do a couple extra more. You have the time, right? Those activities right there at an average commission of $10,000 is what you're at, unless you get bigger. That's $30,000 in 30 days. And that's assuming that 1 out of 4 deals cancel. So pretty much that's all I want to talk about today is, are you taking advantage of the advices we're giving you? And Chris sent this out, so you all have it in your inbox. The rest of this is just, what's your favorite touch point to give you some fodder for what to say to fulfill these activities, right? So you can talk about, hey, Zillow says your home is worth X. I've got my own thoughts, but I'm curious, how do you feel about that? Because it opens up a conversation. Tampa is one of the top 4 cities in the entire country for buyers to be shopping for homes. Wow, that's true. That's a Zillow stat. Um, why wait? If you wait for interest rates to come down, interest rates don't just come down for buyers buying your house, they come down for buyers buying all houses, which means there's more buyers capable of buying, which means demand goes up. When demand goes up, prices go up. So even if interest rates come down, then the buyer competition goes up, which raises the price. So you're paying a lower interest rate on a higher price. And you can always refinance a mortgage, but in order to get out of the price, you got to sell the house. All these little things. Now is the best time to sell, between April and May. And it's true. Home prices rose 3.9% year over year. Florida had the fastest price appreciation, the most sales increase of any country in the nation. More people are still moving to Florida than anywhere else. We increased our population by 411,000 people. Right? All these things are things that you can say to fulfill these topics of having 10 conversations a day. So you just literally type it in once. John, you type it in 3 times and correct your spelling. And then you copy, and then you paste, paste, paste. Hell, you don't even put their name in there because they're in your database, so they know who you are when you text them. But you might want to be nice and say, hey, Craig, I was thinking about you the other day. Boom. And then you have to copy and then take out Craig and put in Bob, right? You know how to do that. Right? And then other things Chris gave you to talk about are beach projects. Kathleen said she had three beach maker leads. Now that's future business, but once we get construction started, 50% of the commission is paid up front. 50% of a $600,000 or $700,000 deal is a nice little kicker to keep you going. Use our hot sheet to tell a story. What do we have? 22 deals on the hot sheet last Tuesday. That's always a big day because we catch up on the weekend on Monday. So the hot sheet's really big on Tuesdays. So use that. Hey, look what we did yesterday. This is what got turned into our contracts team yesterday. There's how many listings, how many sales, how many closings we had. Take any article and upload it to AI. Then ask AI to summarize the article and create a 30 to 30-second video script and for you, and ask it to create a video background. Wow. Jimmy and Mike did a class on that a couple weeks ago. Go look up Technical Thursdays, not last week, the week before last, and the Next Level You, and watch where they talked about AI, because it's very, very touchy. If you don't do it, you can do it any way you want, but the more specific you are with the outcome you want, the better it's going to perform for you. If not, it's going to give you a place to get started, and you can always customize it yourself. And that was in 2024, Florida grew by 2%, more than any other real estate in the country. More than 400,000 people. What's that mean to you? I want out of here. This traffic is driving me crazy. We're going to Tennessee. Ding, 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 ding. All right. I'll come over and tell you what your house is worth. And then, of course, you got the daily post that Mike sends you every morning. Today was what? Mortgage Magnus? This morning, rather. Yep. Cool. And then we had just equity offers, the Zillow Curiosity Hook, timing the market, inventory is still low, and buyers are active, especially in almost Asset Springs. If you've been thinking about selling this year, you could mean a much higher return. School year timeline hook. School's almost out. You're considering upsizing or looking before school starts. Now's the time to make that move. Want to talk timeline? And then who do you know? Always a referral to ask, right? Or I overheard your conversation that you're going to be moving, or you got a friend who's going to be moving. Please recommend me as the agent for them. Of course I will, because you asked me to. Ask for the referral. Low rate new construction alert. People don't understand what they don't understand. And, we get flyers every day from their builders telling us what's going on in the marketplace and what rates they're buying down and what they're getting done. The public doesn't get those. So they don't know about the free incentives at the model, no, decorator sessions. Or they don't know about the lower premiums for interest rates or down payment assistance or closing cost assistance is being offered. Not even, you don't even ask for it. They're just offering it to you. It comes with and built into the price. Rent versus buy check-in, always. I mean, you guys have to see, if you see these apartments that have been around for just about a year now, what are their tenants getting ready to do? Sign a new lease. What might they be interested in doing? Getting into a single family home for the same price as what they're renting for, especially with down payment assistance. But they don't know they could buy a house with less than 20% down. Price drops from motivated sellers. If you're not watching the MLS, that's part of your job. Price drops are happening all the time. Price. Never should have been that high in the first place, but they're balancing out to where they need to be. Right? Let's get this one real quick. Just listed alert. Promote your listings. Yeah, I got my developer calling me saying, I want to know what Century 21 is doing to market my property. I've sold 50% of the property already. He wants to know what I'm doing to market it. I'm selling it. Just sold in the area. Those are fascinating because it shows things are moving. And people are nosy. I run to my neighbors on the street and they ask me about things, and too often I don't know the answer. I got to go find out and call them back when I do. But it's really good to stay on the area where you live and know what's going on, because your customers they're on Redfin or Zillow or something, and they know more than we know. Interest rate movement update. Rates just went up. Rates just went down. Rates went up. Buyers are slower. Good chance to make an offer. Buyers went down. Great time to make an offer. Do you notice it's always a great time to make an offer? Your open house invites. Trading up conversations are always fun, right? Let's face it, they get into a new home and it's a Lennar or D.R. Horton, which are nice homes, but they want to trade up to a West Bay or a David Weekley because they're just a little bit higher end. Last one for now. Seasonal real estate tip. Summer could be the best time to buy. Local market office report. I just finished a market update for Ocala. Would you like a copy? It shows what's happening with prices and trends. Free buyer consultation. Not sure where to start with buying. I offer a free, no pressure buyer consult to walk you through the process. And then you got your whole Moxie presentation to send them in advance so they can review it. And then you meet them or FaceTime them or Zoom them and do a video presentation. I personally like the video presentations because people don't like to drive to offices after hours because it's crowded. And you can just share your screen to get on your map and zoom in and show them different neighborhoods. It's really cool. First time buyer incentives. Get with your lender, find out what they are, put some little facts in there. Could be $1,000 in savings. Some of it you don't have to give back. Then you got investment opportunity nudge. Think about investing in a rental and Airbnb. I've got a couple of properties that could cash flow, and there's some properties out there that are for sale. Okay, so that's the idea, guys. And thank you so much for playing the game today and reporting in all this. DPS, yep. The debt service coverage ratio loans for investors are huge. Did you know that you can qualify to buy an investment property and you don't even need the income to support it as long as the rent covers the mortgage? Lauren, no, it should be done this week though. Jeff promised you to have it last week, so we'll put pressure on it today to get it done this week. In fact, I'll write that down. Graphics are ready. The voiceovers all we're waiting for. Then we'll just put those two together. Yeah. Now is a good time to buy in a flood zone. Why? Interesting. Yeah, even as down far as Cape Coral flooded. They were in a newer home, so theirs didn't flood, but the yards did. Just like around here, your non-firm date lake properties didn't flood. Your pre-firm dates did. Jennifer just put an investor in a contract with a DCSR loan. Perfect. Good. All right, guys, it is Monday, so pick some of these activities, do them consistently this week, and share your news with your coach or your regional president or whatever you want to call them. And let's get a little accountability going. I promise it'll go a long way. You know, it's funny because I was coached by Matthew Ferry every week. And I'll tell you, I was paying a lot of money for it. And every week I kept my appointment because I was paying for it. And we were talking at the manager meeting last week. You know, the fact that we're available to coach you, but you don't pay for it, you don't see the value in it. So a lot of you aren't taking advantage of it. But we're here to help. And if we can get our numbers, if we did $2.5 million with 178 agents participating, what would it look like if we had 300 agents out of 500 participating? Yeah, no offices in Vero Beach. But you don't need an office anymore. Yes, thank you, everybody. Okay, happy Monday. It is 9:30, and I've got to go prepare for another meeting. So I will see you guys tomorrow at the broker briefing, and then we'll break off for individual office meetings, which we're going to talk about that today as well. Cool. There you go. Thanks, everybody.